Okay, so in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can deploy a React app on your Hostinger VPS using Dokploy. And it's super simple. So let's get started. So the project that I have is just something very simple. It's just a starter project, nothing complicated. And the process is basically the same. If you're looking to get a 20% discount on Hostinger, then use the referral code in the description below, or go to the Hostinger website, and in the website URL, add question mark, referral code is equal to swebdev, and press enter. The code will be applied on checkout. So let's continue with the rest of the video. So what I have is a very simple project. Okay, it's nothing complicated. And what I'm going to do is show you how you can just deploy this online. And I'm going to be using Hostinger, by the way. Okay. After you purchase a VPS, this is the type of dashboard that you tend to see. You can set up the operating system and whatever panel you want to use. I'm going to be using Dokploy here. Okay, I've made tutorials on others as well. Coolify and Dokploy tend to be one of the easiest ones, but I've also made tutorials on Cloud Panel as well. So just go into OS panel and then go into your operating system. Okay, and then you can see all of this. Go into control panel. Okay, and then choose Dokploy. And the setup process is actually very simple. You just click this and it will set everything up for you. But just remember to save the password. Okay, the password is very useful later on for your VPS. Okay, so just remember to always keep the password safe. Other than that, it will set up Dokploy, and then you just click manage panel. Okay, you'll actually be shown a form, like a sign up form, and you just have to fill in that, like your name, email, password, stuff like that. And then you just get this panel. Okay, you can create different organizations if you're managing multiple different websites or something like that. Okay, and you have all of this, but you don't need to worry about all of this. Actually, the things that you're going to be using are mostly in this area right here. Okay, so what you can do is go into projects. Okay, just need to click on add a project. You can call this project whatever you want. I'll call it frontend for now. You can add a description and tags. Create. It will create the project. Okay, then what you need to do is go into your project itself, right? So whatever you have, go in, and here what you're going to do is tell the AI. Okay, and you can use an AI for this. You don't really need something complicated. You can just tell the AI something like this. So I'm just going to use Whisperflow to tell it. It's super simple. You can just type this out if you want, but I'm going to use Whisperflow. So here goes. Create a doc file. No, I meant create a Docker file, and inside of that Docker file, add all of the code necessary to set this up with Dokploy on port 3001. Create a Docker file, and inside of that Docker file, add all of the code necessary to set this up with Dokploy. Set this up with Dokploy on port 3001. Okay, the reason is 3001 is basically because on port 3000, the Dokploy control panel is active. Okay, so it's set up on port 3000 for Dokploy. So it might cause some problems if you host your app on port 3000. So I've set it to 3001. You can choose whatever port you want. It doesn't matter. Oh, it's adding Dokploy to dictionary. That's actually pretty good. So it's done this, and I'm just gonna click this, and now you will see a Docker file being set up for this. Okay, so a Docker file is set up. Okay, and as you can see, it's running on node 22. Okay, it's added a Docker ignore file and an nginx config file as well for this. Setting up all of this, installing the dependencies, running the build, setting up nginx configuration, copying from this port 3001 has been set up, running the commands. Okay, so this is done. Okay, it's asking to run the npm run build command. Do yes. Okay, I'm going to accept this. Now it's done all of this. Okay, next what you want to do is go into your GitHub. So next thing you want to do is create a new Git repository. Okay, I've already created one. you can, this is an old project, by the way. I just use it for testing purposes. That's why it's called this. But you can create a new Git repository. I'll just quickly give you an understanding of what you need to do. You'll see a form like this. So here, you basically just add a repository name. You can literally call it React app or React front end or whatever. It doesn't really matter. You can just call it whatever. Okay. And then you can also give it a description. You can keep it on private if you don't want other people to find out. You can add a README file. You can add a .gitignore. You can also add a license, and then you can do create repository. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to create one because I already have one. Oh, actually, no. I do need to create one. I will call this React app 2, for example, something like that. It doesn't really matter. And then I'll do create repository. Okay, so it will create a repository like this. Okay, and then just follow these Git commands. Okay, but instead of this one, you need to do git add and then dot. Okay, the reason for that is by doing git add dot, you will basically be adding every file that is necessary for your website to your Git repository. That is it. I've also made a separate how to set up your project on Git tutorial. You can literally go and watch that one as well. If you want, it gives you a better understanding than what I've just explained by showing you everything. But this is just to give you an understanding for those who don't know how to do GitHub. Okay, but you can watch that other tutorial to get a better understanding. Actually, you know what? I'll just show you the commands just to do this. Okay, so this right here, I just want to add one more thing. Git remote add origin. This is what you need to run. I've already run this on my project, so it won't work again. But this links your project to your GitHub repo, which is this, the thing you just set up. Okay. After that, you just run these commands. Git add dot. Okay. Run this again. This is just something it does sometimes. Okay. Because the files are actually large, I believe that's why it does it. So do this, and then you do git commit m -m, and then here gonna adding Docker files. Okay. Let's do this, and then do git push origin main, and main has to be the same repository as the one you have. Okay, do this, and as you can see, it's done. It's not this one, by the way. I did it for this one because it was linked to this one, and this is what I meant by it has to be the main. Okay, so you can create more of these, by the way. You all branches, you can create more branches. So this is done, and now you can see these are the files, right? So if I just refresh this, as you can see, the Docker file, the Docker ignore file, and the Docker file itself has been added. Okay. And now what you do is something very simple. You do application. You can even add a database later on. But for now, I will just call this something very simple, like front end. Okay, again. Oh, front end, front end. I actually should have named this React App front end. The names are not good. I'm just gonna admit that. This is just for tutorial purposes. You would name this better, but you get the idea. Okay, you'd probably name this like React, as in whatever this app is, like Mern stack or Next.js, whatever the stack that is being used to build this on. You would name that here, and then here you would name the website itself, probably something like that. I'm just gonna do it like this, and then you can just click this, and then you have this. I have tried this drop thing. It just keeps giving you errors, but this one is how you do it. By the way, it actually asks you to set up the account and link it with your GitHub. It is not that complicated. I'm actually gonna destroy the link I have and just show you how to do that. Now I have deleted my GitHub connection that I had with this. So this is basically what you get. So you will click settings. It will basically just take you to this point here. Okay. And then you just click GitHub, and you can turn on organizations if you want. You can just do a normal account. So if you're not connecting to your organization, you're just connecting to your normal account, then don't turn this on. Okay. Then it basically just asks you to connect to your account by adding your password. Okay. And I'm going to do that and come back. Okay. Now you're seeing this. This is basically showing what the name of the app will be that is connected to your Docker and GitHub. Okay. So you can literally name this whatever you want. By the way, I'm just going to keep it like this. And also, I'm not going to show you. I don't want to give this away. Okay. So after this, you just click this. Okay. This is verifying certain things. And as you can see, it is connected to your GitHub account now. Okay. So go back into projects, front end, React. Okay. And you're back here. Oh, for some reason it didn't connect. Let me just check this. Here we go. Oh, my bad. You actually needed to click this. Okay, as you can see, it's saying action required. So just click this. And now what it's doing is asking for your permission to install this as an app and authorize it. Okay, so you can do all repositories, or you can literally go one by one and select certain repositories that it should have access to, not more than that. I'll choose this one just to show you that, look, here are all these different repositories. Okay, I'm not going to show you some of these, but you can get the point. So React App 2, okay, this is the one we did. Install and authorize. Then you can also edit this, by the way, later on, but this is done. Now it's set up. Now you go into your projects, frontend, React. Okay, now you need to set up your Docker file. You need to tell it that the build type is Dockerfile, and the default paths are fine because in your project you made them the default. Okay, if these were in separate folders, then you would need these to point to those folders. Okay, because these are in the main area, this will by default go to those. Okay, so you don't need to set this up. Just save this. Okay, then what you need to do is select your account, select the app. You can even view the repository, okay? Then select the branch. My bad, guys. We didn't upload it to app 2. I just showed you that just to show you how you made those. Okay, so we can just edit this. Go to GitHub settings, GitHub apps. Okay, so these are like all of these different apps that we have. Okay, this is, I believe, the one we just created. Figure will have access to this one. Save. Okay, it's done. Now we can go back to this. Okay, and now go into projects, front end, React. Okay, so I updated my GitHub app that is connected to my Dokploy. So now I'm connecting to the app. I'm seeing this option as well, which is the one that I uploaded it to. Main branch, the build path is this on push. Okay, you need to keep this on push because whenever you will update your GitHub repository, it will automatically redeploy everything for you. Okay, so you can specifically also tell it to watch certain repositories. You can also specifically tell it to watch certain files and folders as well by using this. Okay, and you can add as many as you want, but I'm not going to add any because I wanted to watch all of it. Okay, so save this. And now that it has been saved, you can do deploy, can confirm. Okay, it is manually deploying it. Okay, now your Hostinger account, if you go into overview, okay, you're in your VPS, right? Now that you scroll to the bottom, you're seeing host name. I'm not going to show you mine, but you need to copy this, okay, because this is like a free type of name they've given you for 1 year. You can use it to test out certain things if you want, and it is linked to your VPS. So I'm just going to use this for testing purposes, by the way. As you can see, it is done. All the Docker files are added. Our server is running, but you need to go here now. You need to click add domain, copy paste that host name in. Okay, I've added mine. Okay, the path by default, I believe, is slash. Okay, this defaults to the internal path defaults to slash. You can add slash as the main path, and then I'm going to scroll down. Then scroll down, okay? Then the container port. You need to make this the same port that you told your app, okay? So I told it that it was going to be in my Docker file 3001, okay? Just to show you this, to expose this on port 3001, okay? So it's done that here, and this is the same one you need to add here, okay? And then you can tell it to make a provisional SSL certificate as well. I'm going to do yes, and select let's encrypt, and then do create. Okay, this is created. Okay, then you can see the domain here. And because our app is running, you can just click, and the port is the same as our app. It will automatically link this domain name to that port. Okay, so just click this, and as you can see, the default React app here is running, but if you had an actual website, that would also be running here. Okay, so this is how you deploy a React app online. So I hope you like this tutorial. If you want a 20% discount on Hostinger, the link is in the description below. So like and subscribe to stay updated on the latest tutorials, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.